Copy, Houston. Welcome to the Expedition 5354 Change of Command. There's been a continuous human presence here on the ISS for 17 years now, and it's pretty amazing to me that there are kids in high school all over this planet that we're orbiting that have never known a world where there were not humans living and working in space. And for the last 3 months, we've had an amazing expedition. You guys have done everything asked of you and more. And we couldn't have done it without all our ground teams the world over working so hard to make this a successful mission. The fact that this international partnership allows this orbiting laboratory to do this 17 years and beyond is just something that'll be a legacy for all of humankind. On a personal note, it's been an honor and a privilege to serve with you guys these past 3 months. Sabo, your intensity, dedication, and humor has been a lot of fun, and you're going to keep the ship sailing in the steady course as USOS lead, and so wish you luck on that. Thank you. Joe, you're certainly not average, and I appreciate that. It's the fact that it took you only 6 months to train for this mission, took me a year and a half. I can certainly understand that you're certainly more than average. Paolo, you've been just so dependable, and your attention to detail so exacting. You've been a great partner in crime here on the U.S. segment, and I know that now your cinematic and photographic skills are now legendary, officially. Sergei, never had to wonder how things were going in the Russian segment. They were always going excellently. And as a crewmate and certainly a phenomenal Soyuz commander, I would fly with you anytime, my friend. Sasha, so calm, so professional, so utterly dependable, yet pleasant, joyful, and always smiling, always taking care of your crew. It is my pleasure to be able to turn over command of the space station to you. We've all had patience with ourselves, with each other. We've had patience with the ground. I appreciate all of you guys, especially your patience with me. Expedition 53 is, finishing up, leaving ISS in a better state than it was. But guess what? It's going to be turned over to you guys, your eminently capable hands, and it's going to go to new heights, and I look forward to seeing that. Я хотел бы вам пожелать удачи и успешную миссию. So I hand over the command chart and the keys.
License.
The key to the ISS. Godspeed, Expedition 54.
Thank you so much, Randy. And gentlemen, I really, really feel thankful to you. Thank you for your support. Thank you that you've given us very excellent example really high standard, how to keep all this machine, to run it well, and live with you and work with you. It will stay in my heart. I'm sure for all of us, it will stay in our heart for the rest of our life. It's great honor and great pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You finally leave the station.
I look forward to the Expedition 53 reunion in 20 years on Mars.
And Station, it seems that your mic may have been turned off. We haven't gotten the comm from Sasha.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And again, we are very thankful to Randy, to Sergei, to Paula, and also all the ground team. We're really thankful for your support during this mission. And I hope we will keep going with the same speed like this guy did. And safe travel home, guys.
And so a couple of the crew members coming into view. In the blue shirt, that's Alexander Mazurkin. He's going to be the Expedition 54 commander, who just took over command from Randy Bresnik, who's there on the left now in the long sleeve blue shirt. Sergei Rosansky in the back there in the gray. Paolo Nespoli now coming into view, saying farewell to Mazurkin. He's going to be moving in as well. And Sergei Rosansky in the gray there, he's going to be the Soyuz commander for the flight down. He'll be in the center seat. Saying farewell to the other two NASA astronauts on board, Joe Acaba and Mark Vande Hei. They're going to remain on board with Alexander Mazurkin. And they'll be just half of the Expedition 54 crew, which will grow with another 3 crew members just over this weekend. But for now, looks like Bresnik, Nespoli, and Rosansky inside the Soyuz spacecraft, getting a few last-minute shots while they're still in the microgravity environment. And pretty soon they'll be closing the hatchway and beginning the trip home. And just like that, the hatch on the Soyuz spacecraft getting closed there. Russian cosmonaut Alexander Mazurkin now will close up the hatch on the Rossviet side. And first, just giving the hatchway a quick clean, make sure it's free of any debris or other objects that could prevent a thorough seal. As once this is closed, it'll kick off a series of leak checks just to ensure a tight seal, and that once they undock, the station side will stay nice and pressurized.
Москвы. Борей, Цепу Москвы.
Борей, Moscow. You have a separation flag.
And physical separation and undocking confirmed. 11:14 p.m. Central Time, 12:14 a.m. Eastern Time, with the station flying 255 statute miles over the southern part of Mongolia.
The docking unit and interface. Could you please check and monitor that there are no foreign objects on the docking interface? Yes, we are looking at it and we cannot see anything there. Copy.
And again, physical separation, the undocking confirmed 11:14 p.m. Central, 12:14 a.m. Eastern Time.
So we are standing
the springs pushing the Soyuz spacecraft, with Randy Bresnik, Sergei Rosansky, and Paolo Nespoli away from where they've been living for the last 139 days aboard the International Space Station. Spacecraft slowly backing away now. In just about a minute or so, or about 2 minutes, they'll begin a separation burn, a firing of thrusters on the Soyuz spacecraft, but for now slowly backing away while the Earth continues to revolve in the background.
Okay, so the separation is smooth.
So everything progressing smoothly with the spacecraft. Should see that separation burn in about 45 seconds from now.
Seconds. Depot of firing is on.
And you can see the rate now picking up. That separation burn has begun. The Soyuz now moving a little bit quicker away from the International Space Station, firing of the thruster to carry it out and away.
So we received the signal, the end of the time.
A quick 8-second firing of the thrusters reported to have gone nominally. The burn already completed, and everything's still going extremely smoothly with this departure so far this evening. Again, this camera view from the tip of the Soyuz spacecraft looking back at the International Space Station.
A11, guys, A11, correction, yes. A11 is sent. A11 is sent. The next one is D8. So SSVP LED is not illuminated. We are deactivating the headlight. Now S18 command for the headlight. I confirm. The headlight is deactivated. And now we are recording the parameters, the spherical tanks. 177177 and the propellant 524. Copy. So don't send GEV4 command yet. Copy. We are going to page 47. Yes, I confirm page 47. Actually 48.
The Soyuz MS-05 spacecraft continuing to retreat from view following an on-time undocking. That time again was 11:14 p.m. Central, 12:14 a.m. Eastern. The vehicle has since already executed its departure burn, everything going extremely smoothly with this departure this evening. 3 crew members, Sergei Rosansky of Roscosmos, Randy Bresnik of NASA, and Paolo Nespoli of ESA, the European Space Agency, Step 2 complete of their departure, and they are now on their way home.
Body Moscow. Go ahead. Body, the next VHF compass is Randy. We will have to send it, yes. So the start is 0940. Got it?
Борей, повторяем.
Buddy, I repeat, the compass
10:05.
start is 940 and the end 10:05. Okay, 940, 10:05. Copy that.
А что у нас со связью предполагается? Мы еще в ретрансляции будем?
So what about the com? We will have relay
Перерыв не
com.
ожидается.
You know, we are not expecting any LOSs. Body Moscow.
And again, getting some good early video. You could see the Soyuz expelling some of that heat still from that reentry. This is now out of the plasma and fully under its main parachute, continuing to descend. Clear skies look to be greeting the Soyuz spacecraft as they'll soon be on the ground in colder temperatures. But again, this main parachute going to slow the descent of the Soyuz spacecraft down to all the way to 7.2 meters per second.
Pressure is dropping.
And the Soyuz continuing to descend under that parachute, just about 8.5 minutes away from the planned landing. And we We went off real quick and confirmed with our visiting vehicle officer. Some of the plumes you saw coming out was actually the Soyuz venting some of the excess attitude control thruster gassing, believed to be hydrogen peroxide used for that control. So that's what we were seeing. Quite rare to get video this early, so kind of a treat for us to be able to see that. But continuing to descend under that main parachute, continuing to slow. Again, this to slow it most of the way down, and then when the vehicle is just about a meter above the ground, we'll fire those soft landing engines to fire to a final descent rate of about 1.5 meters per second before that final touchdown. And the comm that we're hearing still a bit ratty, but we did get confirmation from the search and recovery forces that they have confirmed good two-way communication with the crew on board, continuing their slow descent towards the Earth's surface. Just about 6.5 minutes from now, it should be on the ground. And we should be just about 5 minutes away from touchdown of the descent module of the Soyuz MS-05 spacecraft. NASA astronaut Randy Bresnik on board, along with Russian cosmonaut Sergei Ryazanskiy and Italian astronaut Paolo Nespoli.
Pressure in SA 528, and the altitude is 520.
Павло, как твои уши? Хорошо, спасибо.
Paolo, what about your ears? They are fine. Thank you. Altitude is 2,000 even, and the pressure in SA is 508, 580, 587.
Capsule continuing to descend about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. The anticipated touchdown.
Принц 1200.
1200 meters. Copy.
McCall, 1,200 meters in altitude still, continuing to slowly float down under that main parachute. The 3 crew members inside. Once they're down on the ground, the search and recovery forces will move in quite rapidly to begin getting them out of the capsule. Should be on the ground in about 2 minutes.
Принц, спасибо.
We copy. Thank you.
And with about 1 minute away from the anticipated landing time, should hopefully start to see some terrain come into view soon. We are expecting a bit of snow on the ground for their return, as is sometimes common in the December months over in Kazakhstan.
You ready on the chute, Sergey?
Standing by for landing.
3 раза.
And touchdown. Landing confirmed, 2:37 a.m. Central, 3:37 a.m. Eastern. Randy Bresnik, Sergei Ryazanskiy, and Paolo Nespoli back on planet Earth after a successful stay on board the International Space Station. And so as we saw those soft landing engines firing, kicking up a bit of dust right before they touched down, firing about a meter off the ground and putting the crew members safely down on the steppe of Kazakhstan. So now we'll start to see search and recovery forces move in, begin extracting the crew and doing their initial medical checkouts before getting them loaded into helicopters off to Karaganda and then onto planes back to home base. But for now, the crew members on the ground will stand by and should hopefully be getting some video from closer up at the landing zone.
Are you ready?
And the Soyuz commander, Sergei Ryazanskiy, first one out the door.
I'm ready. Be careful.
Hey, Paolo. Yeah.
Italian astronaut Paolo Nespoli making his way down now. Again, fresh off of his second long-duration space flight on board the station, well in excess of 300 days in space spent in his lifetime. And last but not least, we just saw him come out of the capsule, NASA astronaut Randy Bresnik, arms in the air. Excited to be back down here on Earth. He's going to move over and join Nespoli and Rosansky in the chairs. Again, get those initial checkouts. And with that, all three crew members out of the capsule. That descent stage of the Soyuz MS-05 on Earth now empty. The three crew members returned home.